I was draping my arms around Ethan's neck, angling for a goodnight kiss, when a few lines of translucent text suddenly floated into view, shattering the sweet moment. Is this girl brain dead or something? Can't she see he's obviously trying to push her away? He's just with her as a shield against his fans. The real female lead is about to show up. This stage 5 clinger is about to get dumped. My heart plummeted. The fingers laced behind his neck went limp. Ethan looked up, a flicker of impatience hidden in his eyes. His voice was husky, yet alluring. Why'd you stop? My heart clenched. I quickly looked away from his piercing gaze, my hands balling up the silk sheets beneath me. I'm just a little tired, I whispered. He said nothing, just stared at me for a long moment as if trying to figure out my sudden change. Then, he rolled over, turning his back to me. His voice was flat, without a ripple of emotion. Then sleep. Staring at his broad, cold back, I felt like I'd swallowed a mouthful of ash, bitter and suffocating, making every breath feel heavy. I turned off the lamp. In the darkness, those strange words spun in my mind, each one a sharp sting. I quietly scooted to the very edge of the bed, leaving a vast empty space between us. I no longer dared to cling to him like I always did, like a vine desperately seeking warmth. The truth is, I wasn't oblivious to Ethan's distance. The way his body would tense up whenever I got close, the subtle frown lines that sometimes appeared between his brows, the unconscious tightening of his jawline. It was all a silent rejection, but I loved him too much. Loved him like a fool, so desperate to be his shadow, his accessory, that I wanted to be stuck to his side 24/7. I lied and said I was scared to live alone so I could move into his house. Then I pushed and pushed until I was in his bedroom, wrapping myself around him like an octopus every night until he could barely breathe. He never told me to leave, but I knew in my heart his compliance was merely tolerance. That night, I tossed and turned until the early hours of the morning before finally falling into a fitful sleep, the mocking words echoing even in my dreams. When I woke up, I found myself curled up in Ethan's arms, my right hand holding his waist tightly. My body's instincts were more honest than my mind. Even knowing he was annoyed by it, I had subconsciously moved toward him in my sleep, like an addiction I couldn't break. I froze instantly, terrified that if he woke up and saw this, his face would be etched with irritation. Holding my breath, I tried to pull my arm back with glacial slowness. I was just an inch away from retreating to my side of the bed when a warm hand suddenly clamped down on my wrist. I looked up and met Ethan's deep, bottomless eyes. He had just woken up, his voice thick with sleep. What are you doing? Panic washed over me. I yanked my hand back, pushed against his chest with both hands to create distance, and stammered out an excuse. Nothing. It's getting late. I have to get to work. Ethan didn't respond, just watched me with a blank expression. Even as I avoided his gaze, I could feel the temperature in the room plummeting. Those hateful words popped up again. He's definitely in a bad mood now. Who wants to be suffocated by someone when they're trying to sleep? Does she not understand personal space? I would have dumped her ages ago. Every sentence was like a needle, making my cheeks burn. I wished the ground would swallow me whole. Just as I was about to scramble out of bed, Ethan's low voice came from above me. Impossible to tell if he was amused or angry. Ready to make up for the goodnight kiss you missed last night? Normally, if he'd missed my kiss, I would have pestered him until he paid it back with interest. But remembering his subconscious flinch from last night, remembering the truth in those words, I could only shake my head forcefully. No, it's okay. I lowered my head, my voice small and trembling. Actually, we can skip the morning and night kisses from now on. Ethan's eyes instantly darkened, turning terrifyingly black. After what felt like an eternity, he spoke, his tone cold and sharp. Fine, suit yourself. I let out a quiet sigh of relief, but the dull, heavy ache in my chest made it hard to breathe. So, to him, my affection really was just a chore to be dealt with. By the time I was ready, Ethan had already set breakfast on the table. He ate quickly, and after finishing, he sat across from me, staring without blinking. His